أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. واعتصموا بحبل الله جميعا ولا تفرقوا واذكروا نعمة الله عليكم إذ كنتم أعداء فألف بين قلوبكم فأصبحتم بنعمته إخوانا وكنتم على شفا حفرة من النار فأنقذكم منها كذلك يبين الله لكم آياته لعلكم تهتدون.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له ونشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. First of all my disciples around the world, men, women and children, the Jamaat Sahih al-Islam, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. As you know that today we are celebrating the Muslim Day. I want to come in the history of Hazrat Mirza Bashiruddin Mahmud Ahmad, the Khalifatullah II and the Muslim Maud. You know, Hazrat Mirza Bashiruddin Mahmud Ahmad was a second successor of the promised Messiah, Hazrat Mirza Ghulam Ahmad alayhi salam. He was a distinguished Khalifa because his birth was foretold by a number of previous prophets and saints. That is the pious Waliullah. So, moreover, the promised Messiah, Hazrat Mirza Ghulam Ahmad alayhi salam, received a divine revelation, a divine sign for the truth of Islam as a result of his 40 days prayer at Hoshiarpur in India. Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala, that is God Almighty, told him that a pure son, the Muslimhood, would be born to him within a period of 9 years. He had already published this prophecy regarding Muslimhood on February 1886. So in accordance with this divine prophecy and within the specified period, the promised son was born to the promised Messiah, Hazrat Mirza Ghulam Ahmad alayhi salam, on 12th January 1889 at Qadian. He was named Bashiruddin Mahmud Ahmad. The prophecy about Muslimhood had also specified some special qualities of the promised son. For instance, it was foretold that he would be extremely intelligent and highly learned. His fame will spread to the ends of the earth, and nation would be blessed through him. Now, let us study a short account of his life and see how magnificently this grand prophecy was fulfilled in the persons of Hazrat Mirza Bashiruddin Mahmud Ahmad, Khalifatullah II. We start about his education and earlier years. He got his primary education in a school of Qadian and then in the Talim al-Islam school when it started in 1898. He could not do well in his studies due to his persistent ill health. His academic career came to an end in March 1905 when he failed in the matriculation grade 10 examination. About 2 years before this, in October 1903, he had married Sayyida Mahmouda Begum Sahiba, that is Hazrat Nasir Raziyat Anha. He started learning the translation of the Holy Quran and the Hadith from Hazrat Maulana Maulvi Nuruddin Radiyat Alam. Moreover, he became his independent study of religion, history, literature, and various other subjects. He developed into a great scholar and had mastery over many subjects. Mastery over other many subjects. Thus the following prophecy of the promised Messiah, that is Hazrat Mirza Ghulam Ahmad alayhi salam, regarding Musleh Maud was clearly fulfilled in his person. This prophecy is like this. He will be extremely intelligent and understanding and will be meek of heart and will be filled with secular and spiritual knowledge. He received his first divine revelation in 1905 when he was only 16 years old. This is the beginning of his revelation in 1905 at the age of 16 years old. This revelation is, I will place those who follow you above those who disbelieve until the day of resurrection. In 1907, an angel taught him the commentary of Surah Al-Fatiha, the first chapter of the Holy Quran. From then onward, he was gifted with an unusual knowledge of the commentary of the Holy Quran. When the promised Messiah alayhi salam, Hazrat Mirza Ghulam Ahmad alayhi salam, passed away, Hazrat Musleh Maud radiyallahu anhu was only 19 years old. On this critical occasion, he stood by the body of his deceased father and made the following pledge. He said that this has happened in 26th May 1908. He makes the following pledge. He said that even if all the people should abandon you, that is, abandon the promised Messiah, that is Hazrat Mirza Ghulam Ahmad alayhi salam, I will stand alone against the whole world, not caring for any opposition or enmity. In February 1911, he founded Anjuman Ansarullah. In September 1912, he performed pilgrimage to Mecca. In 1913, he started the publication of the newspaper Al-Fadl. He started the newspaper publication Al-Fadl. On March, that is on 14 March 1914, the day after the death of the Khalifatullah first, that is Hazrat Mirza Bashiruddin was unanimously elected as Khalifatullah II. You know, the first Khalifa was Hazrat Maulvi Nuruddin radiyallahu anhu. Was the first Khalifa, and Hazrat Hakim Maulvi Nuruddin radiyallahu anhu became the first Khalifa that is on 27 May 1908 to 13 March 1914. the first Khalifa, Hazrat Hakim Maulvi Nuruddin Radiyallahu anhu. So, after the demise, the death of the first Khalifa, Khalifatul Masih I, Hazrat Mirza Bashiruddin Mahmud Ahmad Radiyallahu anhu was unanimously elected as Khalifatul Masih II at the young age when he was only 25 years old. At that time, about 2,000 Ahmadis present at that occasion took bath at his hand. There was a small but influential group of opponents within the community who did not take the bath. At first, they tried their best to put an end to the system of Khilafat. Then they decided to leave Qadian and move to Lahore. They were certain that the young Khalifa would not survive without their support, and the system of Khilafat would collapse by itself. Their expectations, however, turned out to be completely wrong. So, the followers of the young Khalifatul Masih grew rapidly, whereas his opponents were reduced to an insignificant group. So, because Allah has chosen the Muslim and has been prophesied by the promised Messiah, Hazrat Mirza Ghulam Ahmad alayhi salam, and how Allah has revealed the promised Messiah, Hazrat Mirza Ghulam Ahmad alayhi salam, will have a son, intelligent, and will be a Muslim. So under the great leadership of Hazrat Khalifatul Masih II, the community, that is the Jamaat Ahmadiyya, progressed by leaps and bounds. You know, his Khilafat, 50 years long period of Khilafat was full and initially great achievement and landmarks that demonstrated divine help. From the first day of his Khilafat, he started taking all necessary steps to organize and to unite the community, Jamaat. Soon the crisis was over and stability prevailed. Then the young Khalifa began making elaborate plans for the spread of Islam throughout the world. I can give you some highlight of his achievement of given below. Because we, the Jamaat al-Sahih al-Islam, like the Khalifatullah and all my disciples, we believe in the Khilafat, the Muslim Maud, Hazrat Mirza Bashiruddin Mahmud Ahmad. We believe in Hazrat Masih Maud alayhi salam. So for that reason, Allah has raised me in the Jamaat of Hazrat Masih Maud alayhi salam, Hazrat Mirza Ghulam Ahmad alayhi salam. Because the sincerity of believing Hazrat Masih Maud alayhi salam and Hazrat Muslim Maud, and I have worked very hard to establish the teaching of the promised Messiah, even the teaching of the Muslim Maud in the outer island, even in Mauritius, I make a lot of dawah. The other people in the Jamaat Ahmadiyya can say whatever they think. And now they have said that after Hazrat Masih Maud alayhi salam, there is no promised Messiah. And Allah does what He wants. Allah has promises. But we in Jamaat, till Sahih, I will not go lengthily about this. In many khutbahs I have already spoken about this. But I can, because it is the day of Muslim Maud today, we have a great respect to the Muslim Maud and the son of the promised Messiah, Hazrat Mirza Ghulam Ahmad alayhi salam. So I want to give some highlight of his achievement, of his achievement. So on 12 April 1914, the first Majlis Shura of his Khilafat took place to formulate the worldwide Tabligh plan. On December 1915, the commentary of the first part of the Holy Quran was published there. On the 1st January 1919, various departments, we call it Nazarat, various departments were set up to streamline the working of Sadr and Juman Ahmadiyya. On 15 April 1922, the Majlis Shura was established for the first time as a permanent advisory body. On 23 September 1924, I think, he attended the Wembley Conference in England, where his article, Ahmadiyyat, the True Islam, was read out, and on 20 May 1928, he inaugurated Jamia Ahmadiyya, an elite institution for training and producing qualified Muslim missionaries. And on December 1930, his elder brother, Hazrat Mirza Sultan Ahmad Raziyatullah, took Bayat at his hands and became the fourth Ahmadi son of the promised Messiah alayhi salam. Thus, the part of the prophecy regarding Muslim Maud, he will convert 3 into 4, was fulfilled. Alhamdulillah. Summa alhamdulillah. And also he has done a very excellent work in India, as a patriot also. On 21st January 1931, he was elected president of the All India Kashmir Committee and strived hard, very hard, for the right of the Kashmiri people. Later on, in June 1948, he sent a battalion of Ahmadi volunteers called Furqan Force to fight along with the Pakistan army for the liberation of Kashmir. He wrote a large number of books, including 10 volumes of the Tafsir al-Kabir, the commentary of the Holy Quran. In addition, some of his main achievements are summarized below. And also has the establishment of foreign Ahmadiyya mission in other countries. Many new Ahmadiyya missions were opened in a number of foreign countries such as Ceylon, Mauritius in 1915. Now look what happened to the Jamaat Ahmadiyya in Mauritius. Also in USA, established the Jamaat in 1920. West Africa countries 1921, Indonesia 1925, and Palestine 1928. The Fadl Mosque in London was founded on 19 October 1924 by Hazrat Khalifatullah II himself. To intensify the missionary work in foreign countries, a new scheme named Tariq-e-Jadid was initiated, which was based on observing 19 principles or demands. Under these schemes, the Ahmadis were urged to lead a simple life and to make more sacrifice for their time and money for the cause of Islam. Also, they were advised to earn more and to ensure higher education for their children. As a result of this innovative scheme, we can say, the foreign missions were opened in many other countries such as East Africa 1934, Japan 1935, Burma 1938, France 1945, Spain 1946, Holland 1947, Switzerland 1948, West Germany 1949, and Denmark 1956. Later on, a number of missions were opened in Sweden, Norway, Fiji, and Guyana. In addition, mosques were built in most of the above-mentioned missions. As the community was growing rapidly, it was divided into different age groups to ensure better training for all Jamaat members, like Lajna Imaila for ladies about the age of 15, established on 25th December 1922. And then Majlis Nasiratul Ahmadiyya, we call it Nasirat. Majlis Nasiratul Ahmadiyya, like the Lajna Imaula for ladies, start about 15 years, and Nasirat al-Ahmadiyya, Majlis Nasirat al-Ahmadiyya. Here in Mauritius we call it Nasirat. For girls of age 7 years to 15 years. This established in February 1939. Then he established Majlis Ansarullah for men about the age of 40 years old, established on 26 July 1940. Hazrat Maulvi Sher Ali was the first president at that time. Then Majlis Quddam al-Ahmadiyya for the youth of age 15 to 40, established on 25th December 1938. Then established Majlis Atfal al-Ahmadiyya for boys 7 to 15 years of age, established this on 26 July 1940. Then on 28 January 1944, Hazrat Khalifatullah claimed for the first time that he was indeed the promised son, as mentioned in the prophecy regarding Muslimhood. In a number of public meetings, he told the community that his claim was based on various divine revelation and dreams. These meetings were held in Hoshiarpur on 20 February 1944 and in Lahore 12th March 1944, in Ludhiana 23 March 1944, and in Delhi 16 April 1944. So in August 1947, when Pakistan came into being, Hazrat Khalifatullah too, that is a Muslim out at the time, along with the Jamaat members, moved from Qadian to Pakistan. Some 313 Ahmadis called Dervishan. Here we call it Dervish. Dervishan stayed behind to take care of Qadian. In Pakistan, Hazrat Khalifatullah too, Hazrat Mirza Bashiruddin Mahmud Ahmad laid the foundation of Jamaat's new center at Rabwa, a waste and barren piece of land which has wonderfully transformed into a model town with all its religious, educational and social institutions. In addition, there are the headquarters of the worldwide Ahmadiyya Muslim Jamaat and the official residence of the Khalifatullah called Khilafat, I think, if I am not mistaken. It would be of interest to note that the Arabic word Rabwa means an elevated land and is mentioned in the Holy Quran in chapter 23 verses 51 with reference to Jesus Christ, Hazrat Isa alayhi salam, and his mother. On 28 December 1957, Hazrat Musleh announced this novel plan to expand missionary work, to educate and impart religious training to rural population inside Pakistan. And also there is some murderous attempt on his life and his visit to Europe. On 10 March 1954, Hazrat Khalifatullah II, that is a Muslim survived an attempt on his life, but he was seriously wounded in his neck. This happened in Masjid Mubarak, Rabwa, at the time of Asr prayer. As soon as he got up to leave after the prayer, an enemy of Ahmadiyya, who had come to the mosque with an intention to kill him, moved forward and stabbed Hazrat Muslim in the side of his knee. From behind. So it was a deep wound. But God, Allah Ta'ala, saved the life of Hazrat Muslim Maud. Later on, he had to go to Europe on 5th April 1955 for medical treatment. In Europe also, Huzur remained busy, that is Hazrat Muslim Maud remained busy with inspection of foreign missions and the duties of his office, and recovered only partially. He came back to Rabwa on 25 September 1955. Now he was again fully occupied with the heavy duties of his office. In addition, the completed writing of Tafsir Saghir, the short commentary of the Holy Quran, in 1957. And I will not take too much time. I will end on this, his illness and his demise. As a result of his extremely heavy workload and the after effects of the deep wound in his neck, his health condition gradually worsened over a period of 7 years. At last, on 8 November 1965, at nearly 2 a.m. before dawn, Hazrat Muslim Maud, Khalifatullah Radiyallahu passed away at the age of 77. So his health condition gradually worsened over a period of 7 years, and he passed away at the age of 77. So, very sad. People who come from Allah, they work very hard to give the good tidings, the divine message from Allah, and how the bad people and the enemies is react with the messenger of Allah, and they want to kill the messenger of Allah. Even in the past, many prophets, they have great enemies and opponents, and all has big plots to finish the prophets, the messenger of Allah. So, after the demise of Hazrat Khalifatullah too, Hazrat Musleh Maud, the next day, his janazah prayer was led by Hazrat Mirza Nasir Ahmad, the newly elected Khalifatul Masih III. He was elected as the Khalifatul Masih III, and Hazrat Mirza Bashiruddin Mahmud Ahmad, so Musleh Maud, was buried in the Bahishti Maqbara by the side of his mother, Hazrat Ummul Mumineen Sayyida Nusrat Jahan Begum. He possessed a unique combination of qualities of leadership, organizational genius, trust in God, courage, depth of knowledge in many fields, and personal magnetism. No doubt, his 50 years long Khilafat represented a golden period of the history of Ahmadiyyat, and in his person, the prophecy regarding Musleh Maud was fulfilled with great perfection. So, my dear disciples who listen to me around the world, in many countries, especially my disciples in India, in Tamil Nadu and Kerala, Saudi Arabia, in Abu Dhabi, in Africa countries and other countries, in Comoros, Madagascar, Maya. We'll translate it into French also. So this is the history, what we are. Every 20 February, we think about the great work and the great prophecy which Hazrat Mirza Ghulam Ahmad alayhi salam has prophesied about the Musleh Maud. He will get a very good son, pure son, intelligent, and he's a Musleh Maud. He's the reformer of religions. So that, Jazakallah for your kind attentions, and Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Khuda Hafiz.